What does Facebook, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and the Bellagio Casino have in common? They have all mastered the ability to maximize audience engagement in their respective fields. Whether it is a post-like notification, drama between Kim and Khloe, or pulling a slot machine lever, people can't seem to pull their attention away from them. There's no reason that we can't increase user engagement for our own needs. New accounts and leads are being created every day on our site by people interested in teaching abroad. To help increase those numbers, I think it's important that we convert casual window shoppers of the site to potential candidates in our system. To do this, we need a reason for our clients to offer their information to us. After viewing some different social media platforms and entertainment websites, I discovered a commonly used medium that I think we could use for our own purposes. If you've been on Facebook for more than 5 minutes, you'll probably run across some sort of quiz that tells you something about yourself or connects you with a figure in popular culture. For instance, I took a quiz to discover Friends character I was most like. I'm a Ross, if you're interested. This quiz took just a minute or so to complete and gave me an entertaining result. I propose that we use this quiz format to get people involved in our website early. This quiz could, for example, help them decide what country would be best for them, while also giving us some much-needed data to kickstart the candidate process. The next big question is what platform to use for the quiz. The platform needs to be easy to use for the client, user-friendly for the creator, and needs to be able to be embedded on our website with ease. Additionally, I was looking for something that could directly link quiz data with our database without having to look at the submission forms and manually enter everything by hand. Now, after some research, I discovered that our own candidate management platform, Zoho, has its own version of Google or Microsoft Forms. These are basically just ways to create quizzes and surveys to gather information. What's great about using Zoho Forms, however, is that it's already linked to our platform that manages our candidates. Using Zoho Forms is easy. There are a lot of drag and drop features for common question fields. Fields like name, email, and phone number. There are options for drop-down menu questions, multiple choice, and a slider for preference or rating questions. To prevent spam entries, there's also security measure options such as CAPTCHA. If our needs revolve around filling out candidate profiles, each question can link directly to a section in their candidate application. For instance, a question such as, "What is your highest level of education?" could answer the field in their application labeled highest qualification held. Knowing this ahead of time would allow recruiters to cater to the candidate's specific level of expertise when reaching out with an initial offer. Now, the benefits of being able to link quiz answers like these to candidate profiles is huge. Recruiters spend a lot of time parsing through resumes for information. If it's not on the resume, then it wastes interview time and costs time via email transactions. The more candidates that take this quiz, the more time recruiters will be able to spend on placements with our international schools. Now, knowing more information ahead of time also helps in two other ways. First, it will allow recruiters to anticipate candidate questions or preferences depending on how they answered their quiz questions. This will aid in interview prep for the recruiters. Secondly, it will allow for recruiters to see red flags more quickly on candidate applications. It's true that this quiz is not going to be a catch-all for all the information we will need from the candidate. But in order to keep the quiz from becoming too long and unfun, we need to keep questions to a minimum. Maximizing our utility per question will be the key to success. What we don't gather can be discussed during the interview process. These questions should be more personal anyway. Now, to figure out what questions to ask in the quiz, I went back to my own mindset in 2016 when I was going through the Teach Abroad process as a candidate. I had pretty clear-cut motivations and goals for teaching abroad, things that a lot of people would share, such as saving money or experiencing a new culture. Secondly, I know that candidates like myself want to feel like they have a choice in where they travel. Once I was done with 2016, I came back to the present and touched base with my recruiter side once again. I knew that this quiz would need basic contact information so that we could use this info for account creation and future communication. Secondly, some key questions for visa and country requirements such as age, native English status, and education level were definitely necessary. Using all this information from my recruiter and from my applicant side, I created a mock-up of a quiz that we could put up on our website. As you can see, it's relatively short, only 13 questions long, including the name and email fields. All of the questions are either drop-down options or slider rankings, making it extremely easy for the client to answer quickly. Now, this mock-up only scratches the surface. There's also other things called rules that we could use in the forms to redirect our quiz takers to different areas on our website, such as our jobs listings page, our TEFL page, and more information for non-traditional candidates. Now, there's no reason that this has to be exclusively for our website. We have a wide presence in social media on platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, so we might as well use them. We could take this same quiz and embed it on those other platforms, which would allow users who may have never even gone to our site before to be sourced into our candidate database. We can also start engaging those candidates that we parse through job boards such as Dave's ESL Cafe, who have been manually signed up for the newsletter but may have never visited our site. This may be a great way to engage with some of those people who are inactive in our system. A quick and fun quiz that redirects them to our page may be the trick to converting these so-called zombies to active users of our site. There's just so many potential uses for this quiz, but it's not going to be perfect the first time around. We will need to work together to optimize the questions and create links to the Zoho candidate management system. As we begin to get our first entries, we will also need to review the data and adjust the questions in the quiz to maximize its utility. When we have nailed down how to approach this method of user engagement, I think the possibilities will even begin to open up further for new applications. I think our teacher link department could potentially use the same model to create an intro to TEFL course that gives